Hey guys, in the previous videos we have covered some variables and values. So I'll just name these two values and variables. Okay. So now what we'll do is we're going to get into some understanding some basic operators in JavaScript. Okay. So now, as always, we're going to use our Mozilla documentation to get more deep insight into it. So what we'll do is to say basic operators. Okay, so like I said at the end of the previous video, I said there are different types of operators in JavaScript. Okay, um, and the range is different. So there are expressions and there are operators and stuff like that. So there's assignment operator, there's a comparison operator that you can compare with things. There's arithmetic operator, there's bitwise, there's logical operator, and so on and so forth. There are multiple operators, right? Previously, we spoke on values and variables and how it's very, very important. And also, we have spoken so far on how to write your variables using camel casing. So now what we're going to get into now is so I'm just going to comment this out. So basically, maybe I didn't tell you guys what comments are. Comments help you to understand your code, such that if you come back later on, you'll be like, okay, you did this here, you did this here, so that you actually understand that okay, here you define a variable to store this information. Here you define a variable to do this information. Now, when you're mutating a variable, right, you can use a let. Like if the variable will change, so you can say let h be equals to 25. Okay, now you can mutate this particular variable. You can say h again 31. Okay, it's very, very, very possible to do this. So let's check on that. You can console.log h, okay, to see what uh, what that actually gives us. Okay, from time to time I'm going to be restarting the server to actually get it. Okay, so now we have 31, right? Okay, so I've just simply mutated it. So it's possible to mutate a variable using the let keyword. So now we're going to talk on basic operators. Like I said, once when you're learning everything, it's good to go to the official documentation of it. Okay, here we're going to see. Here, you see at the high level, an operation is a valid unit of code that resolves to a value. Okay, there are two types of expressions: those that have side effects and those that are purely evaluatable. So the expression x equals to 7 is an example of the first type of expression, and the expression uses the equals operator. This equals operator is the assignment operator. That means x um x is being assigned the value of 7. Okay, you are going to discover that the double equal to and the triple equal to, which is strictly equal. So now the expression 3 plus 4 is an example of a second type. This expression uses the plus operator to add 3 and 4. So that's just it. So with time you understand the that's arithmetic operator and how it's being used. So basically what we'll do here is we're just going to play around the operators, right? We can just say cons now, right? We can say now the time current time is 6:35, so I'll just say cons now. We can just say 35. Okay, then now I'll say cons the age of Daniel, right? You can say now minus 2018. So indirectly what we're trying to say is we created a variable, right, and assign it to 35. Now I've created another one using the camel key. Like if you see this is a camel case, we want to check the value of this. So it's literally we're subtracting the value of now minus 2018. We can see take another scenario. H we say Victor, right? We can take now 2018. Okay. So now we're going to get the value of this and this stored in this. So let's run our live server and see what our live server has to tell us. Okay. Okay. Or better still, there are different there's an extension which can help you to run this in. You can open in your default browser. Okay, that works too. So in your console here, we still have 31. But let's check if it's actually stored here. Show down here. See, it gives us a value of 1983, and we can check the one Victor. It gives us 1983. Okay, so that's I've just simply used the arithmetic operator for subtraction, right? So we can also decide to we can log console log the age of Daniel here. You can use division. Okay, if we divide it here, and let's check this out to see if we have. So we have logged out this will have negative 991.5. So this is for this, right? Now we can log it again alongside. We can say h Victor, right, divided by 2, right. We can even use the exponentation. This is more like h divided by 2 to the power of 3. That's more of the exponentation operator. And sorry about that. From here we can inspect and we'll see our result here. So that's our result we have. Okay, now that's more of the basic operators that we actually use. Now um let's do a little bit more on the math operators, which I've started trying it out. So I'll just say const first name, right? It, have I used first name before? Okay, I highlighted that out. I'll just say my first name is Daniel, right? Okay, then now I'll say const last name. What will I say? I could say Kevin. Okay, now what I want to bring in here is concatenation of string. String concatenation is more of like separating the first name from the last name using quotes and a plus sign. So now I'll just write the comment here: concatenation of strings, right? So now if I want to like get these and these together, what I'll just do is, rather than me, I'll do console log. I'll get for the first name. Now what I'll do, I'll concatenate to get the second one, last name. Okay, so now let's see our result, what we have in our browser, to see if we're actually on track. Okay, so let's inspect together, and we see you have Daniel and Kevin. So but now if we didn't have this here, let me just cut this out and save, and let's see what it gives us. If we inspect, you see it's together, not a number. Okay, it's more of null. So now this string concatenation, it helps us to join the first and the second, for like that's for math now operator. So now let me do more of now of let's talk a little bit on assignment operators. Okay, so now assignment operators, like the documentation says, you see here for the assignment operators, there are different like the if you see this is the assignment operator. Let's see if there's a practical example for it. Assignment operator assigns a value to its left operand based on the value of its right operand. The simple assignment operator is equal to which assigns the value of its right operand to the left operand. That's x equals to f of this is an assignment expression that assigns the value of f of to x. So basically that's how it works. So let's just do a little bit of assignment operators. You'll be seeing them out throughout. So we'll just say let x be equals to 11 plus let's say 5, right? So um x equals 10. This is another way to assign. So basically we can also say x plus equal to 3. So now for this first one, the value we have is just basically 16, right? That means x, so I've assigned x to 16 here. This simply means x is equal to x plus 10. Okay, so now it's going to get the value of our x initially, which is 16, right? And now add it to 10. So our general value here will have will be 26. Okay, we're going to check that out in our console.log, right? This I'm going to use a star operator. Okay, so now what simply this means is simply x equal x, sorry, times 3. Okay, so it's going to calculate and give us a result for that. Nextly we can have our x. Okay, increment it, then we can have our x increment that it reduces the value of x by 1. So now let's just log our value of x and see what we have, okay, for this particular arithmetic operation. So let's view that here on our console. So you see here we have 78. Okay, so that's just basically how it is. So from top to bottom. So that's how the arithmetic operation operates. So I'm going to push this out so that you can get it. So arithmetic operators. Okay. Now let's check on comparison operators. Sorry, this video is a little bit long. I just want to cover up the essentials for operators. So for arithmetic, for comparison operators, it's more like boolean. So if you are comparing either this is true or this is true, either this is false or this is true. So what we do is, since we have I've defined, sorry, okay, we have each Daniel that we've already defined, which is a number. So we're going to check that particular number here. So we can just rather than logging it out, we're going to first of all check if it's true or false, right? If the age of Daniel is greater than the age of Victor. So for us to do that, we can just log age of Daniel greater than age of Victor. You see, I'm just calling this out because I already used them up here in line 32 and 33. So we're going to check this out now and see what we have. Okay, so it returns false. So it's actually telling us that the age of Daniel is not greater than age of Victor. So I'm going to do another scenario here, but now let's change this to, okay, let's say greater than or equal to 20. That's we're checking if the age of Daniel is greater than or equal to 20. In real life scenario, right, we're going to store this particular 20 in a variable. We're not going to do this way, but for now it's good for demonstration for you to actually understand what it's all about. Okay, now let's run this and see what we have here. So we have false again. Now After this, you can also check for different methods. So one thing that before I end this video is I'll talk about operator precedence. Looking at the documentation, there's what they call operator precedence. That's you are going to know which operator uh, comes before the other. So it's very important for you to know this, such that if you're performing a mathematical calculation, you know what to expect. Like for instance, you know that rules. For instance, in both maths, what calculates before the other. For instance, here you see constant log 3 plus 4 the so now you see it gives you 23, right? So now for you to know which has a higher precedence, usually there's usually a table for that, you see. Okay, like grouping has a higher precedence of 18. So if you're doing a mathematical calculation, and the ones in group will have a higher precedence before the ones in, in normal braces. Okay, so it's very important to take note of this. I'm going to add this link such that you can check more about it and get more idea about it. So I've after this video, in the next video, we're going to do a little challenge to actually see if you've understood what I've been doing so far, ranging from values, variables, operators, comparison operators and stuff, operator precedence, to see if you've actually understood it before we get into the next section of the video. So I'll just add this here for you to refer during your free time. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one. Bye bye.